One tiny mistake. That's all it takes to wreck your entire RV trip. A bad hookup, a wrong turn, or a missed checklist item. And suddenly, you're stranded, leaking, or worse. In this video, we're breaking down the real-world mistakes that too many RVers make, and how to avoid every single one. Learn from others' disasters before they become yours. Let's get rolling. When towing a travel trailer, nothing is more crucial than proper hitch setup. This isn't just about connecting your trailer, it's about creating a safe foundation for your entire journey. An improperly leveled trailer creates dangerous sway, compromising steering and braking, especially at highway speeds. The worst cases lead to jackknifing, rollovers, or complete control loss. Each trailer and tow vehicle combination has unique requirements that demand attention. For heavier trailers, a weight distribution hitch is essential, not optional. It properly balances the load across all axles, keeping your front wheels firmly planted for responsive steering and effective braking. Without this balance, your rig may porpoise, sway unpredictably, and rapidly wear out your truck's suspension. Equally important is sway control. Many modern weight distribution hitches feature integrated sway control systems. If yours doesn't, consider adding a separate sway bar. It makes a remarkable difference when facing wind gusts, passing trucks, or uneven roads. Always torque your hitch ball to manufacturer specifications. This 5-minute inspection could potentially save lives. Different setups have different needs. Take time to understand yours, including tongue weight, total weight, and appropriate hitch class. Investing in the right equipment and proper installation isn't an expense, it's insurance against disaster. Safe towing begins with the right hitch and proper setup. Get this foundation right, and you're already miles ahead on safety. Towing a trailer without knowing its actual weight is gambling with safety. Many RV accidents stem from relying on manufacturers' dry weight specifications instead of real measurements. Dry weight is merely a starting point. Once loaded with food, water, propane, and gear, trailers typically gain 800 to 2,000 pounds. This dramatic difference can push your setup beyond safe limits without you realizing it. Two critical measurements determine towing safety: gross trailer weight, GTW, your trailer's actual fully loaded weight; tongue weight, TW, the downward force on your hitch, which should be 10 to 15% of total trailer weight. When these numbers are wrong, when your GTW exceeds your vehicle's towing capacity, or your tongue weight falls outside the safe range, the solution is simple but essential. Weigh your setup properly. Visit a certified CAT scale or truck stop to measure your trailer both separately and while attached to your tow vehicle. For complete safety, check individual axle weights and hitch load. Loading patterns matter. Adding heavy items like ATVs, filling water tanks, or packing extra supplies significantly changes your weight distribution. Whenever you substantially modify your cargo, reweigh before traveling. Towing safely isn't about guesswork, it's about knowing your exact numbers before hitting the road. This simple step could be the difference between a safe journey and a highway disaster. The difference between a safe journey and a roadside disaster often comes down to one critical factor: using a tow vehicle properly rated for your trailer. Many RV accidents happen simply because drivers overestimate what their vehicle can safely handle. Your vehicle's capabilities are defined by two essential numbers: tow rating, the maximum weight your vehicle can pull; payload capacity, the total weight your vehicle can carry, passengers, cargo, and tongue weight. A truck with a 7,500-pound tow rating might only have 1,400 pounds of payload capacity. This payload limit includes everything in your vehicle, plus the tongue weight of your trailer. For a typical travel trailer, tongue weight alone consumes 10 to 15% of your trailer's weight, up to 1,125 pounds for a 7,500-pound trailer. Experienced RVers follow the 80% rule for added safety margin. For a vehicle rated at 8,000 pounds towing capacity, aim to tow no more than 6,400 pounds fully loaded. This buffer allows for better handling, reduced strain on your vehicle, and safer emergency maneuvers. Exceeding these limits leads directly to dangerous situations. The wheelbase of your vehicle matters too. Shorter SUVs typically experience more sway than longer trucks when towing equivalent weights. Before purchasing a trailer, verify your vehicle's actual towing capabilities in the owner's manual or door jamb sticker, not just the sales brochure. Matching your trailer to your tow vehicle isn't limiting your adventure, it's ensuring you'll safely complete it. When towing a trailer over 3,000 pounds, a brake controller isn't optional equipment. It's a critical safety system and legal requirement in most states. This small electronic device synchronizes your trailer brakes with your tow vehicle, preventing potentially catastrophic scenarios on the road. Without a brake controller, your trailer becomes a dangerous pushing force when you brake. This dramatically increases stopping distances, sometimes doubling them, while placing extreme stress on your tow vehicle's braking system. In emergency situations, this can lead to brake failure, jackknifing, or being pushed into oncoming traffic. Two main types of controllers offer different performance levels. Time-delayed controllers activate trailer brakes with a preset intensity, regardless of how hard you press your brake pedal. They're simpler to install but provide less responsive braking. Proportional controllers sense your vehicle's deceleration rate and apply trailer brakes proportionally. This provides smoother, more effective braking in various conditions, especially during emergency stops. Proper brake controller setup is essential. Start by testing at 20 miles per hour on level ground, adjusting the gain until your trailer brakes firmly without skidding. Too little gain leaves your tow vehicle doing all the work. Too much risks trailer tire lockup. Before every trip, inspect all brake wiring connections for corrosion or damage. A visual check takes seconds, but could prevent complete brake failure on the road. Your brake controller isn't just another accessory. It's your primary defense against the physics of a heavy trailer in motion. Install it, adjust it, and maintain it properly. Nothing undermines towing safety faster than ignoring your trailer's tongue weight, the downward pressure your trailer exerts on your hitch. This crucial measurement makes the difference between stable highway cruising and dangerous sway situations. The rule is simple but non-negotiable. Tongue weight should be 10 to 15% of your fully loaded trailer weight. For a 6,000-pound trailer, that means maintaining 600 to 900 pounds of downward force on your hitch. When tongue weight falls below 10%, your trailer becomes prone to fishtailing and dangerous sway, especially during crosswinds or emergency maneuvers. Too heavy, over 15%, and you'll overload your tow vehicle's rear suspension, compromising steering and braking performance while potentially lifting weight off the front wheels. Several common loading mistakes disrupt proper tongue weight: placing heavy cargo behind the trailer axles, filling rear water tanks without proper weight distribution forward, hitching at incorrect heights, causing uneven weight distribution. You can verify your tongue weight using specialized scales, available for $150 to $300, professional truck scales, or a DIY setup using bathroom scales for lighter trailers. Whatever method you choose, knowing your actual numbers beats guessing every time. If your tongue weight is off, adjust your load accordingly. Move heavier items forward to increase tongue weight or backward to reduce it. For structural balance issues, consider weight distribution hitches or cargo adjustments. Improper tongue weight isn't just a technicality, it's a leading cause of towing accidents that a few minutes of checking can prevent. When towing a travel trailer, speed isn't just about following the posted limit. It's about respecting the physics that can quickly turn a pleasant trip into a disaster. The dangers of excessive speed while towing are both numerous and severe. Travel trailers fundamentally change how your vehicle handles. Their high profile, substantial weight, and aerodynamic challenges create a towing experience that demands caution. At higher speeds, these factors become dramatically more dangerous, as minor sway can rapidly escalate into uncontrollable fishtailing. Most trailer tires carry specific speed ratings that shouldn't be exceeded, typically around 65 miles per hour. Pushing beyond these limits creates dangerous heat buildup that can lead to catastrophic blowouts. Even at the rated speed, trailer tires work harder than car tires due to weight and continuous loading. Braking distances increase significantly with a trailer in tow. What might be a comfortable stopping distance in your truck alone becomes dangerously inadequate with thousands of pounds pushing from behind. At highway speeds, your stopping distance can increase by 50% or more, a margin that could mean the difference between a close call and a serious collision. The safest approach is maintaining speeds between 55 to 65 miles per hour, adjusting lower for adverse conditions. Allow greater following distance, reduce speed well before curves, and resist the urge to match the flow of faster traffic. Trailer's stability decreases as speed increases. The few minutes you might save by driving faster aren't worth the exponentially higher risk you create. When towing, the smartest drivers are rarely the fastest ones. Proper tire pressure might seem like a minor detail, but it's actually one of the most critical safety factors when towing a travel trailer. Unlike your everyday vehicle, trailer tires operate under extreme stress, carrying heavy, shifting loads over long distances at highway speeds. When trailer tires are underinflated by even 10 to 15% below recommended pressure, they flex excessively, generating dangerous heat buildup. This heat weakens the tire structure, dramatically increasing blowout risk. A single blowout at highway speed can trigger catastrophic sway, loss of control, and potential rollover. Unlike your tow vehicle, trailer tires should be inflated to the maximum PSI listed on the sidewall, not to the pressure recommended for your truck. Special trailer tires are specifically designed to operate at these higher pressures for stability and load capacity. Your tow vehicle's tires are equally important. Underinflated truck tires compromise handling, braking performance, and fuel economy. For safety's sake, check all tires, both trailer and tow vehicle, before every travel day and during extended trips. Consider investing in a trailer tire pressure monitoring system (TPMS). These devices provide real-time alerts about dangerous pressure drops or temperature increases while you're driving, potentially preventing a disaster before it happens. Tire pressure fluctuates with temperature and elevation changes. A tire properly inflated in the morning may be underinflated by afternoon. Always check when tires are cold for the most accurate reading. While they may seem insignificant, properly torqued lug nuts are crucial to your safety when towing a travel trailer. These small components bear enormous responsibility, securing wheels that carry thousands of pounds at highway speeds. The constant vibration, temperature changes, and road impacts that trailers experience create the perfect conditions for lug nuts to gradually loosen. This loosening effect is most pronounced during a trailer's first journey after wheel removal and during travel over rough terrain. Proper maintenance requires checking and retorquing lug nuts after the first 50 to 100 miles of any trip. This critical break-in period is when new wheels or freshly torqued lug nuts are most likely to loosen. For longer journeys, periodic checks every few hundred miles provide essential peace of mind, especially after traveling on rough roads. Using a calibrated torque wrench is non-negotiable. Hand tightening or using standard tire irons simply cannot provide the precision needed. Most travel trailer lug nuts require between 90 to 120 foot-pounds of torque, but always verify the exact specification in your owner's manual. Equally important is avoiding over-tightening. Excessive torque stretches wheel studs beyond their design limits, potentially leading to stress fractures and catastrophic failure, often with no visible warning signs. Keeping a compact torque wrench and appropriate socket in your trailer toolkit allows for quick checks before starting each travel day. This small investment in time and equipment protects against one of the most dangerous roadside emergencies possible, a wheel separation at highway speed. When it comes to lug nuts, tight enough isn't a matter of opinion, it's a matter of physics. When towing a travel trailer, standard vehicle mirrors simply aren't designed to provide the visibility you need. This oversight creates dangerous blind spots that can lead directly to accidents, particularly during lane changes and merging maneuvers. Factory mirrors are engineered for your vehicle's width alone, not the extra 2 to 3 feet of trailer width extending behind you. Without proper towing mirrors, large sections of adjacent lanes disappear from view, precisely where other vehicles, motorcycles, and obstacles might be located. Proper towing mirrors extend your field of vision outward and rearward, allowing you to see the full length of your trailer's sides, traffic in adjacent lanes, approaching vehicles when merging, potential hazards during backing maneuvers. Blind spot accidents represent one of the most common and dangerous towing incidents. At highway speeds, a missed vehicle during a lane change can trigger a cascade of dangerous reactions. Sideswipes, overcorrection, sway, and in worst cases, complete loss of control. Several mirror options exist depending on your needs and budget. Clip-on mirror extensions, affordable temporary. Slide-on mirror extensions, semi-permanent. Replacement towing mirrors, permanent, often powered. When properly adjusted, effective towing mirrors should show approximately 2 inches of your trailer's side edge while providing clear visibility of adjacent lanes. Always set your mirrors before starting your journey, not while you're already moving. What you can't see can hurt you. Proper towing mirrors aren't an accessory. They're essential safety equipment that could prevent a life-changing accident. Unlike your daily driver, travel trailers endure unique stresses that require specialized maintenance. These rolling homes face constant vibration, exposure to the elements, and heavy loads that can accelerate wear on critical safety systems. Your trailer's brake system demands regular attention. The electric actuators, wiring connections, and brake shoes work differently than automotive systems and can deteriorate in ways that aren't immediately obvious. Testing your brake controller's response before each trip is essential, but a thorough inspection of brake components should be performed at least annually, checking for worn pads, corroded wires, and proper adjustment. Wheel bearings represent one of the most critical maintenance points. These small components shoulder enormous responsibility, and their failure can be catastrophic at highway speeds. Industry experts recommend repacking bearings with fresh grease annually or every 12,000 miles, whichever comes first. Warning signs like unusual rumbling, excessive heat at wheel hubs, or grease leakage demand immediate attention. Your trailer's electrical system, particularly lights, serves as your communication system with other drivers. Brake lights, turn signals, and marker lights should be verified before every journey. Connections between your tow vehicle and trailer are especially vulnerable to corrosion and damage from road debris. Don't overlook the frame and structural components. Regular inspections of welds, suspension mounts, and connection points can identify developing issues before they become dangerous failures. Pay special attention to areas where water might collect or salt exposure occurs. Regular maintenance isn't just about preventing inconvenient breakdowns. It's about ensuring that every critical safety system functions properly when you need it most. Attempting to tow a travel trailer without practice is like trying to ride a bicycle for the first time in heavy traffic. The unique physics of towing require specific skills that simply don't come naturally, even to experienced drivers. When you're towing, your vehicle handles fundamentally differently. Trailers track inside your turning radius, meaning they cut corners more sharply than your tow vehicle. This phenomenon requires making deliberately wider turns, especially to the right, to avoid clipping curbs, signs, or other vehicles. What feels like excessive space to an inexperienced tower is often just barely enough clearance. Backing up presents an even greater challenge. The trailer moves in the opposite direction of your steering input. Turn the wheel right, and the trailer moves left. This counterintuitive relationship creates a steep learning curve that can quickly lead to frustration, jackknifing, or property damage when attempted for the first time in a crowded campground. Before your first real trip, find an empty parking lot and set up a practice course. Start with basic maneuvers, wide, slow turns, both left and right, backing in a straight line, backing into a simulated campsite, navigating around obstacles. Focus on using your extended side mirrors rather than your rear view mirror. Make small, deliberate steering corrections instead of large movements. Practice until these actions begin to feel more natural and your responses become more automatic. Even experienced towers sometimes need a spotter in tight situations. There's no shame in having someone guide you. It's actually the mark of a responsible RVer who prioritizes safety over ego. Safety chains represent one of the most critical yet frequently overlooked backup systems on your travel trailer. These simple components provide essential protection against one of the most dangerous towing scenarios, a complete hitch failure at speed. When properly installed, safety chains create a secondary connection between your trailer and tow vehicle that prevents catastrophic separation if your primary coupling fails. Without this backup, a disconnected trailer becomes an uncontrolled hazard to everyone on the road, including yourself. Proper safety chain installation requires specific attention to detail. Chains must be crossed in an X pattern beneath the coupler. This crossing creates a cradle that catches the tongue if it falls. The cradle prevents the tongue from dropping onto the pavement. Crossed chains help maintain some directional control during a failure. Chain tension matters significantly. Too loose and chains can drag on the pavement, wearing through links and potentially failing when needed. Too tight and they restrict turning ability, potentially causing binding during sharp maneuvers. Always secure chains with proper safety latches or hooks. Never simply loop them over a ball or bumper. Use chains rated appropriately for your trailer's fully loaded weight, inspecting them before each trip for damaged links, corrosion, or weak points. Safety chains aren't just a legal requirement. They're your emergency system that prevents a simple hitch failure from becoming a life-threatening situation. This small detail could be the difference between a minor inconvenience and a roadside disaster. Every towing mistake we covered today has hurt someone before. Don't let it be you. Using an undersized power cord with your RV is a dangerous shortcut that puts your safety at risk. When you connect a 30-amp RV to a 15-amp cord, you're asking the smaller cord to handle more electrical current than it was designed for, a recipe for disaster. Undersized cords overheat quickly when carrying too much current. This overheating can melt the insulation, cause sparking, or even start a fire. The situation becomes more dangerous when multiple appliances run simultaneously, increasing the electrical load on an already strained cord. The danger extends beyond the cord itself. Overheating can damage your RV's entire electrical system, leading to costly repairs or, worse, a catastrophic fire. These fires often start in hidden areas, making them difficult to detect before spreading. Prevention is simple. Always match your power cord to your RV's requirements. If your RV needs 30 amps, use a quality 30 amp cord. Look for cords with built-in surge protection for added safety against power spikes. While inexpensive cords from general retailers might seem appealing, the risk isn't worth the small savings. Invest in a heavy-duty, properly rated RV extension cord from a reputable manufacturer. Ensure it's specifically designed for outdoor use, as exposure to weather can degrade lower-quality materials. When it comes to RV electrical safety, never compromise. Using the right power cord protects your investment and, more importantly, keeps you and your fellow travelers safe. Regular inspection for wear and tear adds an extra layer of protection. Plugging too many devices into a single RV outlet is a common but dangerous practice that many owners overlook. This risk is particularly high in older RVs with outdated electrical systems that weren't designed for today's power-hungry devices. Most RV outlets can only handle 15 to 20 amps of current. When you connect multiple high-wattage appliances like microwaves, coffee makers, and space heaters simultaneously, you're forcing the outlet to deliver more power than it can safely manage. This excessive current causes wires to overheat, potentially degrading insulation and creating fire hazards. Older RVs face greater risks since their wiring systems weren't built for modern electronics. Years of use can make insulation brittle and connections loose, making these systems more vulnerable to overheating when stressed by multiple devices. To protect your RV, know your electrical capacity and never exceed the amperage rating of your outlets. Use power strips with built-in surge protection to distribute electrical loads more safely and provide automatic shutdown if overheating occurs. Avoid daisy-chaining multiple power strips or extension cords together. This dangerous practice might seem convenient, but dramatically increases fire risk. Instead, strategically place individual power strips where needed most. Regularly inspect outlets and wiring for warning signs like scorch marks, melted plastic, or burning smells. Consider upgrading to GFCI outlets for additional protection against electrical shocks and fires. Respecting your RV's electrical limitations isn't just about preventing damage, it's about protecting lives. Managing your power usage properly ensures safer, worry-free adventures on the road. Loose connections and frayed wires represent one of the most dangerous electrical hazards in RVs, yet they often go undetected until it's too late. The constant vibration from traveling on rough roads, combined with temperature fluctuations and general wear and tear, makes RVs particularly vulnerable to these issues. When electrical connections loosen, they create resistance points that generate excessive heat. This heat can melt wire insulation, cause dangerous arcing, or ignite nearby materials. Similarly, frayed wires expose bare conductors, increasing risks of short circuits and electrical shocks that can quickly escalate from minor problems to catastrophic failures. Several warning signs indicate potential wiring issues: flickering lights, unusual burning smells, scorch marks near outlets, warm switches, or frequently tripping breakers. Recognizing these symptoms early can prevent serious emergencies. To protect your RV, conduct comprehensive wiring inspections at least twice yearly, focusing on high-vibration areas like power panels, connection points, under-chassis wiring, and battery terminals. Your inspection should include visual checks for exposed wires, tightening loose connections, testing voltage consistency with a multimeter, and listening for unusual electrical sounds like humming or crackling. If you discover problems, immediately disconnect from power sources before attempting repairs. Replace damaged cables with RV-grade wiring, and don't hesitate to consult a certified RV electrician for complex issues. Remember that these electrical problems aren't mere inconveniences. They're safety hazards that put you and your RV at serious risk. Regular maintenance and prompt attention to wiring issues are essential investments in your safety and peace of mind on the road. Using standard household extension cords to power your RV is a dangerous shortcut that many owners mistakenly make. This seemingly innocent decision can lead to serious safety hazards that put both your vehicle and loved ones at risk. Household extension cords are typically rated for only 10 to 15 amps and constructed with thinner gauge wiring. In contrast, RV systems often demand 30 to 50 amps of power. When high-consumption appliances like air conditioners, microwaves, and space heaters draw current through these inadequate cords, they quickly overheat, potentially melting insulation and creating fire hazards. The consequences extend beyond just overheating. You may experience dangerous power fluctuations that damage sensitive electronics, sudden circuit interruptions from tripped breakers, and even electrical shock risks from deteriorated cords with exposed wiring. RV-rated extension cords are specifically engineered with thicker gauge wires, usually 10 gauge or larger, to safely handle higher amperage loads for extended periods. These specialized cords feature weather-resistant materials to withstand outdoor conditions, durable insulation that resists heat degradation, and integrated safety features like molded plugs and strain relief. Even for quick fixes or powering seemingly low-demand devices, the convenience of grabbing a household cord isn't worth the risk. Always match your cord's amp rating to your RV's requirements, regularly inspect for wear, use the shortest length possible, and protect cords from physical damage. If you've been using household cords, immediately disconnect them and check for signs of heat damage or melting. Replace them with proper RV-rated cords before reconnecting any appliances. Remember, when it comes to RV electrical safety, using the right equipment isn't optional. It's essential for preventing potentially catastrophic consequences. Failing to establish a proper ground connection is one of the most dangerous electrical mistakes RV owners make. Unlike permanent homes, RVs frequently connect to different power sources, increasing the risk of improper grounding. This oversight can lead to severe electrical hazards, including potentially fatal electric shocks. The purpose of grounding is to provide a safe path for excess electrical current to dissipate into the earth. Without proper grounding, any fault in your RV's electrical system can energize the entire metal frame, creating a serious shock hazard. Several factors contribute to grounding problems in RVs: faulty campground outlets, DIY wiring mistakes, worn or corroded connections, using non-grounded adapters, and improperly grounded portable generators. Watch for warning signs of grounding issues: a tingling sensation when touching metal surfaces, flickering lights, frequently tripping breakers, burning smells, or ground fault circuit interrupters, GFCIs, that won't reset. GFCIs play a crucial role in RV electrical safety by cutting off power when a fault is detected, but they must be properly connected and tested regularly to function correctly. Test them by pressing the test button, which should trip the outlet, then reset and verify power restoration. To maintain proper grounding, use a quality surge protector with ground fault indicators, inspect campground outlets with a circuit analyzer before connecting, consult professionals for electrical issues rather than attempting DIY fixes, and properly ground portable generators. If you experience shocks, tingling sensations, or frequent GFCI trips, immediately unplug your RV, avoid touching metal components, and call a professional for inspection. Remember that proper grounding isn't just a technical detail, it's essential protection that could save your life. Attempting to rewire your RV without proper expertise is one of the most hazardous mistakes RV owners make. While the desire to save money on repairs is understandable, amateur electrical work can lead to devastating consequences, including fires, injuries, or even fatalities. RV electrical systems are uniquely complex, combining two distinct power systems: 12-volt DC circuits that power essential systems when off-grid, and 120-volt, 240-volt AC circuits for major appliances when connected to shore power or generators. These systems intersect at converters and inverters, creating potential dangers when improperly handled. DIY electrical work introduces numerous risks: electric shock hazards that can be fatal, fire risks from improper wiring, damage to sensitive electronics, voided warranties, and possible code violations that could result in fines or campground rejections. Amateur electricians frequently make critical errors, using incorrect wire gauges that can overheat, creating loose connections that may arc and spark, neglecting proper grounding, overloading circuits beyond their capacity, mixing incompatible AC/DC components, and skipping essential safety checks. The consequences can be severe. Numerous RV fires have been traced to faulty DIY wiring jobs. In one tragic case, an improperly wired inverter with inadequate grounding caused a fire that completely destroyed an RV. Certified RV technicians bring specialized knowledge of load calculations, code compliance, proper installation techniques, and comprehensive safety testing. While professional help may seem expensive initially, it's significantly less costly than repairing fire damage or medical bills from electrical injuries. If you must handle minor electrical issues, always disconnect all power sources first, use properly insulated tools, verify circuits are dead with a multimeter before touching wires, document all work performed, and recognize your limitations. Remember, your safety and investment are worth the cost of professional expertise. Don't risk catastrophic consequences by attempting complex electrical work without proper training and knowledge. A power surge can devastate your RV's electrical system in seconds. Without proper protection, your appliances fail, lights go dark, and you face expensive repairs or even fire hazards. This risk threatens anyone who neglects to use a surge protector. Power surges occur from various sources: lightning strikes, unreliable campground power, generator fluctuations, grid problems after outages, and faulty pedestal wiring. These events can instantly destroy your RV's electrical components. The damage from a single surge can be comprehensive. Appliances burn out, wiring insulation melts, inverters and converters fail, and control panels become useless. Surge protectors detect these voltage spikes and immediately cut power before damage occurs. RV owners can choose between basic surge protectors for high voltage events or electrical management systems, EMS, that also guard against low voltage, wiring faults, and reverse polarity. Both come in portable models for connection at the pedestal or hardwired versions installed in your RV. Common surge protection mistakes include using no protection, buying unreliable budget models, skipping installation just once, or failing to inspect protection devices regularly. When selecting a surge protector, ensure it matches your RV's amperage rating, offers voltage monitoring, provides weather resistance, and includes clear status indicators for potential issues. In a documented Florida incident, a single power surge damaged multiple RVs, destroying appliances and causing fires in some vehicles. Those with surge protectors avoided all damage, while others faced thousands in repair costs. Don't risk your RV's electrical system by neglecting this critical protection. The modest investment in a quality surge protector is minimal compared to the devastating costs of electrical system repairs or fire damage. Corroded battery terminals might seem like a minor issue, but this overlooked maintenance problem can lead to significant electrical failures in your RV. That harmless-looking white or greenish powder on your terminals can cause power loss, electrical shorts, and even complete battery failure, potentially leaving you stranded during your travels. Battery terminal corrosion occurs due to a chemical reaction between battery acid and metal terminals, creating sulfate buildup. The consequences of ignoring this issue are serious. Corroded terminals disrupt electrical connections, causing dim lights and failing appliances. They create unintended electrical pathways leading to short circuits, increase resistance causing faster battery drain, weaken terminal connections to the point of failure, and in severe cases, can create fire hazards when combined with leaking battery acid. Watch for warning signs: difficulty starting your RV, electrical malfunctions like flickering lights, visible powdery buildup around terminals, a rotten egg smell indicating acid leakage, or excessively hot terminals during use. Fortunately, cleaning corroded terminals is straightforward. With safety goggles, gloves, a wire brush, baking soda solution, and anti-corrosion spray, you can restore proper connections. Always disconnect power sources first. Clean with baking soda to neutralize acid, scrub until shiny, dry thoroughly, and apply protective spray before reconnecting. To prevent future corrosion, inspect terminals regularly, use felt washers soaked in anti-corrosion solution, avoid overcharging, and maintain proper battery water levels. This simple maintenance task takes just minutes but can prevent unexpected breakdowns and expensive repairs. By keeping your battery terminals clean and protected, you'll ensure reliable power for all your RV adventures. Using the wrong size fuse in your RV might seem like a minor issue, but this common mistake can have serious consequences. Many RV owners replace a blown fuse with a higher amperage one to prevent frequent blowouts, not realizing this simple fix can lead to overheating, electrical fires, and system failure. Proper fuse replacement isn't just about convenience, it's an essential safety measure. Fuses are critical safeguards in your RV's electrical system. They protect circuits by breaking current flow when it exceeds safe levels, designed to blow before your wiring or devices are damaged. When electricity flows through the thin wire inside a fuse, it melts during an overload, cutting power and preventing damage. The dangers of using incorrect fuses are significant. When you replace a 15-amp fuse with a 30-amp one, your wiring becomes the weakest link. Instead of the fuse blowing as intended, wires can overheat and ignite. Higher-rated fuses allow more current than circuits can safely handle, potentially causing fires as wiring insulation ignites. Additionally, your electrical components can suffer permanent damage, warranties may be voided, and you'll likely experience inconsistent electrical performance. Common situations where fuse mistakes occur include emergency repairs, where any available fuse is used, misunderstanding that higher ratings aren't more durable, lacking proper spare parts, and DIY electrical modifications without understanding load requirements. To replace fuses safely, disconnect all power sources, locate your fuse box, check the amperage rating on the old fuse or in your manual, inspect the blown fuse for visible damage, install a replacement with identical amperage, and test the circuit after installation. If a new fuse blows immediately, don't keep replacing it. This indicates deeper electrical problems like short circuits, overloaded circuits, faulty appliances, or ground faults. Disconnect all devices on that circuit and reconnect them individually to identify the problem, or consult a professional. Remember, never compromise on fuse specifications. Using the correct fuse is a small but crucial part of RV electrical safety that protects your investment and your life. Leaving your RV inverter on when not in use is a common but potentially hazardous mistake. Though it might seem convenient, this habit can lead to serious issues including overheating, battery drain, and even system damage. Inverters are essential components that convert 12-volt DC power from your RV batteries into 120-volt AC power for household appliances. However, they aren't designed to run continuously without a load. Even when no appliances are actively using power, inverters still consume energy to maintain operational readiness. This continuous operation creates several risks. First, inverters naturally generate heat during operation, and without proper ventilation, they can overheat, damaging internal components and reducing lifespan. Second, the idle current draw slowly depletes your battery bank, potentially leaving you without power when needed and even damaging batteries. Third, overheated inverters in poorly ventilated areas create fire hazards, especially when dust accumulates around the unit. Finally, unnecessary operation causes premature wear on system components, potentially leading to blown fuses or tripped breakers. Watch for warning signs of inverter issues: a hot casing, faster than normal battery depletion, unusual humming or buzzing sounds, inverter alarms, or frequently blown fuses. To prevent problems, develop these habits. Turn off your inverter when AC power isn't needed. Install a power monitor to track usage. Ensure proper ventilation around your inverter. Consider an automatic transfer switch that cuts inverter power when shore power is available. Choose energy-efficient inverters with low idle draw, and perform routine maintenance to check connections and efficiency. If your inverter overheats, turn it off immediately, check ventilation, inspect for damage, allow cooling time, test briefly after cooling, and consult a professional if problems persist. One full-time RVer learned this lesson the hard way when their constantly running inverter drained batteries overnight and caused the cooling fan to fail. The repair and battery replacement cost over $800, an expensive reminder of proper inverter management. Poor wire management is one of the most overlooked electrical safety issues in RVs. Running wires through tight spaces without adequate protection can lead to significant damage over time, compromising your electrical system and increasing risks of shorts, fires, and expensive repairs. RV electrical systems endure constant vibration, movement, and environmental stress. When wires aren't properly managed, they rub against sharp edges, metal components, or each other. This friction gradually wears down insulation, exposing bare wires and creating serious hazards. Electrical shorts when exposed wires contact metal, fire risks from sparking near flammable materials, system failures that leave critical functions inoperative, and costly repairs that often require dismantling hard-to-reach areas. Common wire management mistakes include leaving wires exposed without protective sheathing, using inadequate fasteners that allow movement during travel, routing wires through metal cutouts without grommets, leaving wires unsupported, overcrowding bundles causing overheating, and using temporary fixes like duct tape that quickly deteriorate. Watch for warning signs: visibly frayed or cracked insulation, loose or drooping cables, abrasion marks where wires contact surfaces, electrical issues like flickering lights or blown fuses, and unusual burning odors indicating overheating. Implement these best practices. Use protective materials like split loom tubing, corrugated conduit, and heat-resistant sleeves. Secure wires properly with cable ties, clamps, and mounts. Avoid sharp bends that stress insulation. Route wires away from areas with vibration, heat, or moisture. Install rubber grommets when passing wires through holes. And perform routine inspections to catch problems early. In one real case, an RV owner experienced complete power failure because a single unprotected wire running through metal conduit had worn down, causing a short circuit that disabled lighting and appliance systems. Simple protection with wire loom and proper securing would have prevented this breakdown. Remember, proper wire management isn't just organizational. It's essential safety maintenance that protects your RV's electrical integrity and prevents dangerous conditions that could threaten your vehicle and passengers. Many RV owners focus solely on staying under their vehicle's towing capacity, but they're missing a critical safety factor: proper hitch weight and balance. This oversight creates dangerous conditions that can turn a family vacation into a highway disaster. Hitch weight, also called tongue weight, is the downward pressure your trailer puts on your vehicle's hitch ball. Get this wrong, and you're asking for trouble. Too little weight causes dangerous trailer sway at highway speeds. Too much weight overloads your rear axle, compromising steering and braking. Neither scenario ends well. The sweet spot? Your tongue weight should be 10 to 15% of your trailer's total loaded weight. For a 6,000-pound trailer, that's 600 to 900 pounds pressing down on your hitch. Balance matters equally. Load heavy items near the trailer's axle, not at the back or sides. Uneven weight distribution amplifies sway and stresses your suspension unevenly. For larger trailers, invest in a weight distribution hitch with sway control. These systems level your setup and dramatically improve handling. Always weigh your loaded trailer and use a tongue weight scale for precise measurements. Most towing accidents stem from improper setup, not overloaded vehicles. Taking time to dial in your hitch configuration can mean the difference between a smooth journey and a roadside emergency. One of the costliest mistakes RVers make is overloading their rig, and most don't even realize they're doing it. Even a few hundred extra pounds can push your RV beyond its gross vehicle weight rating, GVWR, creating a rolling hazard. Exceeding weight limits doesn't just stress your tires and suspension, it dramatically increases braking distance, reduces steering control, and kills fuel economy. The real danger comes from potential tire blowouts, broken axles, warped frames, and catastrophic accidents, especially on hills or highways. Adding insult to injury, insurance may deny claims if your RV was operating above safe weight limits. The solution is simple: know your numbers. Take your fully loaded RV, with passengers, water, gear, and propane, to a certified CAT scale. Check your total weight against GVWR, individual axle ratings, and tongue weight if towing. Smart loading makes a difference. Distribute weight evenly, keep heavy items low and between axles, and skip the full fresh water tank when heading somewhere with water hookups. Even seemingly minor items like extra firewood or overpack storage add up quickly. If you haven't weighed your loaded rig, you're gambling with safety. Make it a priority. Proper weight management is the foundation of safe RV travel. It sounds trivial, but forgetting to retract your RV's antenna, steps, or stabilizer jacks before driving off can instantly turn into a costly disaster. This small oversight destroys more RVs than you'd imagine. TV antennas are the biggest culprits. Traditional crank-up antennas extend higher than most people realize. Drive under a low bridge or tree branch with it up, and you'll rip it clean off the roof, often tearing through the roof membrane in the process. You're not just replacing an antenna, you're dealing with expensive water damage and potential structural repairs. Entry steps pose another threat. Whether manual or electric, extended steps get snagged on curbs, tree roots, and road debris. The damage goes beyond bent steps. It can twist your frame, jam mechanisms, or leave you stranded without safe entry to your rig. Stabilizer jacks left down create serious hazards. The fix is embarrassingly simple. Perform a final walk-around before every departure. Make it non-negotiable. Walk your entire RV, visually checking antennas, steps, jacks, hoses, electrical cords, and anything else that could be forgotten. This 2-minute habit can save you thousands in repairs and prevent dangerous road situations. Don't let a momentary lapse ruin your trip or your wallet. Your RV's tires are literally the only thing keeping you safely on the road, yet they're one of the most neglected components. Tire failure ranks among the top causes of RV breakdowns and serious accidents, but most disasters are completely preventable. Unlike car tires, RV tires carry massive weight, generate intense heat, and often sit idle for months. This combination accelerates aging and creates dangerous conditions that aren't always visible. Don't wait until tires look wrong. By the time underinflation is obvious, you're already in danger. Underinflated tires create excessive heat that can cause tread separation or catastrophic blowouts at highway speeds. Overinflated tires reduce traction and wear unevenly, leading to premature failure. Age matters more than appearance. Even with perfect-looking tread, tires over 5 to 7 years old are prone to dry rot and sidewall cracking that can cause sudden failure. RV tires typically age out before wearing out. Check the DOT code on your sidewall. The last 4 digits show manufacture date. Make tire checks routine. Before every trip, use a quality tire pressure gauge or TPMS system. Check pressures when tires are cold and inflate to manufacturer specifications found on the sidewall or door frame. A $10 gauge and 5 minutes of prevention can save you from shredded tires, damaged wheel wells, or life-threatening crashes. That crystal clear water flowing from your RV faucet might look safe, but appearances can be deadly. Skipping water system sanitization is a silent mistake that puts your health at serious risk during every trip. RV freshwater tanks, plumbing lines, and water heaters create perfect breeding grounds for dangerous bacteria when sitting unused. Stagnant water, especially in warm conditions, can harbor E. coli, Legionella, and other harmful microorganisms. Even clean campground water can become contaminated through dirty hoses or spigots. Early warning signs include strange odors from faucets or metallic, stale-tasting water. But by then, you may already be exposed to bacteria that can cause severe gastrointestinal illness, turning your vacation into a nightmare. Sanitization is simple but critical. Do it at least twice yearly or after any extended storage period. Use 1/4 cup household bleach per 15 gallons of tank capacity. Fill your freshwater tank, run water through all lines until you smell bleach, let it sit 12 hours, then flush completely with clean water until the bleach odor disappears. Prevention matters too. Use only a dedicated white drinking water hose, never your sewer hose or anything that's touched the ground. Install a water filter at your intake point to catch sediment and contaminants. Clean water keeps you healthy and your trip enjoyable. Don't gamble with your gut. Make sanitization a non-negotiable part of your RV maintenance routine. Leaving your roof vents open seems innocent enough, until Mother Nature or highway winds turn your oversight into a costly disaster. This simple mistake has ruined countless RV trips and wallets. Rain is the obvious enemy. Forget to close a vent before a downpour, and water pours directly into your living space, soaking bedding, flooring, electronics, and cabinetry. That moisture doesn't just dry up and disappear, it breeds mold, mildew, and rot that can cost thousands in interior repairs and leave your RV smelling like a musty basement permanently. Highway winds pose a different threat. At interstate speeds, wind force can rip aged or cracked vent lids completely off your roof. Once that happens, rain and debris have unrestricted access to your interior until you find a replacement, assuming you even notice the missing lid before the next storm hits. Prevention is straightforward. Some RVers install vent covers that allow airflow during light rain, which is smart. But even with covers, close the actual vent mechanism before traveling to reduce drag and noise. Make roof vents a non-negotiable part of your departure checklist. Do a visual inspection before leaving any campsite, ensuring each vent is fully closed and properly latched. Don't let a cheap piece of plastic or a momentary lapse in memory transform your dream vacation into a water-damaged nightmare. 2 minutes of checking can save you thousands in repairs. One of the most cringeworthy blunders new RVers make is leaving their black tank valve open at full hookups. The logic seems sound. Why not let waste drain continuously instead of waiting for the tank to fill? This innocent mistake creates what seasoned RVers call the dreaded poop pyramid. Here's the disgusting reality. Liquid waste flows out freely, but solids don't. With water constantly draining away, there's nothing left to help flush solids through the system. Over time, they accumulate in a pyramid-shaped heap directly below your toilet. As this pile builds, it hardens, creates horrific odors, and eventually clogs your entire waste system. It's not just revolting, it often requires expensive professional intervention to fix. Your black tank needs liquid content to break down waste and create the pressure necessary for effective dumping. That's why the golden rule is simple. Keep the black valve closed until the tank reaches at least 2/3 capacity. Then dump everything at once, followed immediately by your gray tank to rinse the sewer hose clean. Smart RVers add water and tank treatment after each dump to keep the system lubricated, reduce odors, and prevent clogs from forming. Trust experienced RVers on this one. You don't want to learn this lesson the hard way. One careless moment can lead to hours of plunging, back flushing, and questioning your life choices. Many RVers think leveling is just about comfort, preventing coffee from sliding off tables or marbles from rolling around. But improper leveling is actually silently damaging your RV's structure and appliances, costing you thousands in repairs down the road. When your RV isn't level side to side or front to back, stress distributes unevenly across the frame. Over time, this creates warped door frames, cracked tile floors, and binding slide-out mechanisms. Your refrigerator suffers too, especially absorption-type models that require level positioning to function safely. Running unlevel can cause internal overheating and permanent damage. Don't make the stabilizer jack mistake. Many RVers try using stabilizer jacks to level their rig, but they're not designed for that job. Stabilizers minimize bounce and movement after you're already level. They're not meant to bear your RV's full weight or lift corners. Using them this way can bend frames or cause mechanical failure. Here's the right approach. Use wheel blocks or leveling ramps under tires to achieve side-to-side level first. Then adjust front-to-back angle using your tongue jack, trailers, or hydraulic jacks, motorhomes. Only after achieving proper level should you drop stabilizers to firm up the interior feel. Always verify with a bubble level or smartphone leveling app. Improper leveling won't ruin today's trip, but it's silently shortening your RV's lifespan. 5 extra minutes of proper setup pays massive dividends in long-term reliability and prevents costly structural damage. Plugging your RV directly into a campground pedestal without protection is electrical Russian roulette. One power surge or voltage drop can instantly fry your microwave, air conditioner, TV, refrigerator, converter, or entire electrical system. Yet countless RVers skip this crucial protection, gambling with thousands of dollars in electronics. Campground power is notoriously unreliable. Pedestals are often old, poorly maintained, or incorrectly wired. Some share circuits with multiple rigs, creating unpredictable voltage drops. During storms, lightning strikes can send deadly power spikes down the line, melting wires before you realize danger struck. Enter the surge protector or electrical management system, EMS. Basic surge protectors block high voltage spikes, but full EMS units are superior. They monitor for low voltage, open grounds, reverse polarity, and frequency issues. When they detect danger, they automatically cut power before damage occurs. The math is simple. Risk thousands in electronics to save a few $100s up front? EMS units are compact, plug-and-play devices that often pay for themselves the first time they prevent disaster. Make protection routine. Before connecting your RV, check the pedestal visually, plug in your surge protector or EMS, then connect your power cord. This simple 3-step habit could mean the difference between a relaxing evening and an expensive electrical catastrophe. Don't gamble with your RV's electrical system. Protect your investment with every connection. Slide-outs transform cramped RVs into spacious retreats, but they're also the most commonly abused feature in modern rigs. Misuse or neglect can result in mechanical failure, water leaks, or structural damage that leaves your RV sidelined indefinitely. Check your surroundings first. Many RVers blindly extend slides into trees, poles, or obstacles, cracking exterior panels or damaging motors. Even soft obstructions like bushes or campground signs can bend trim or tear essential seals. Level matters more than you think. Operating slides on unlevel surfaces forces your frame to flex, putting extra strain on gears and motors. Over time, this misalignment can lead to complete mechanism failure. Don't treat slides like structural floors. Many RVers place heavy furniture or storage directly over slide platforms, but most aren't designed for long-term weight bearing, especially during travel. This warps floors and causes dangerous sagging. Seals need attention too. Those rubber barriers keeping out rain, dust, and critters are often neglected. Without regular cleaning and lubrication, they dry out, crack, and leak. Keep slides healthy. Always inspect clearance before operating. Extend and retract slowly on level surfaces only. Avoid overloading with weight. Clean and condition seals regularly. Treat your slide out with respect, and it remains a luxury feature. Abuse it, and you'll face expensive repairs that could have been easily prevented. If you've ever opened your RV door after driving to find cereal scattered everywhere, drawers flung open, or shattered glass on the floor, you've learned this lesson the expensive way. Failing to secure interior items before hitting the road creates dangerous projectiles that can damage your RV or injure passengers. RV motion is more violent than you think. Cabinet doors that seem secure while parked can pop open from constant vibration, turns, and braking. This sends dishes, utensils, and gear flying through your living space. Beyond breaking items, these projectiles can crack walls, dent appliances, or seriously hurt someone inside. Everything becomes a weapon. Innocent items like shampoo bottles, canned goods, or coffee makers turn into missiles when loose. They knock open doors, chip countertops, or short-circuit electronics when they land in wrong places. Overhead cabinets are especially treacherous. Improperly latched doors can swing open and dump contents, sometimes directly onto your head when you enter. Prevention is simple but crucial. Before every drive, lock every cabinet, drawer, and refrigerator door. Use child safety latches, tension rods, non-slip mats, and bungee cords as needed. Store heavy items low and pack everything tight to prevent shifting. Secure freestanding objects like TVs, fans, coffee makers, and toolboxes with Velcro straps, mounting brackets, or RV-specific storage containers. A 3-minute pre-drive security check prevents broken dishes, costly repairs, and potential safety hazards. Don't let loose items turn your RV into a demolition zone. RV toilets aren't home toilets. Treat them the same and you're headed for a clogged, smelly disaster. One of the most overlooked mistakes RVers make is using regular household toilet paper or skipping black tank treatments entirely. Your toilet paper choice matters more than you think. Standard household toilet paper is designed for comfort and absorbency, not quick breakdown. In RV holding tanks, it clumps, sticks to sensors, and creates blockages that are both difficult and disgusting to clear. RV-safe toilet paper dissolves rapidly in water, reducing buildup and keeping tank sensors accurate. Test your paper at home. Place a few sheets in a jar of water and shake vigorously. If it doesn't dissolve within seconds, don't use it in your RV. Tank treatments aren't optional luxuries. These chemicals break down waste, control odors, and support sensor accuracy. Skip them, and you'll face foul smells seeping into your living space and solids that won't properly liquefy, especially in hot weather or during extended stays. Whether you prefer drop-in pods, liquids, or natural enzyme solutions, add treatment after every dump along with several gallons of water. This isn't negotiable maintenance, it's survival. Remember the golden rule. Your RV toilet is part of a closed system that demands respect. Cut corners here, and you'll eventually find yourself elbow deep in regret, armed with a plunger and questioning your life choices. Spend the extra few dollars on proper supplies. Your nose and wallet will thank you. One of the fastest ways to transform your RV adventure into a dangerous disaster is ignoring the weather forecast. While RVers meticulously plan routes and destinations, too many fail to factor in shifting weather patterns, especially when crossing mountains, deserts, or coastal regions where conditions change rapidly. Bad weather creates life-threatening hazards for RVs. High winds are particularly dangerous for tall, boxy vehicles. Strong side gusts can push you out of your lane or tip lightweight travel trailers entirely. Thunderstorms spawn flash floods that strand RVs or sweep them off poorly drained rural roads. Cold weather brings unique threats. Snow and freezing temperatures can burst pipes, drain propane tanks overnight through overworked furnaces, and turn driving into a white-knuckle gamble on ice. Even mild weather causes problems. Moderate rain turns soft campsites into muddy traps, stranding you until conditions improve. Extreme heat overworks air conditioners, spoils food, and puts pets and passengers at serious risk. Prevention is simple but critical. Make weather checking routine using apps like MyRadar, Windy, or RV Life Weather before and during travel. Avoid traveling during wind advisories. If lightning or snow threatens, stay put or reroute. Remember the RV reality. Your rig is a high-profile, often lightweight vehicle, with systems that react poorly to extreme conditions. In an RV, weather isn't just background noise. It's a critical factor that can make or break your trip, your safety, and sometimes your life. One of the most dangerous yet easily overlooked RV mistakes is failing to chock your wheels when parked on slopes. It seems harmless when your parking brake is set, but this oversight can lead to catastrophic runaway situations that destroy property and kill people. RVs are heavy missiles waiting to roll. These massive rigs can easily break free and barrel downhill from brake failure, soft ground shifts, or even weight redistribution inside. Once rolling, they're nearly impossible to stop without devastating damage. Every year, runaway RVs crash through campsites, smash into trees, or demolish other vehicles, all because chocks were forgotten. Parking brakes aren't foolproof, especially on older rigs or under heavy loads. When unhooking travel trailers on inclines, they can surge violently forward or backward the instant they're released from the tow vehicle, unless properly secured. Do it right every time. The moment you park, before unhooking or leveling, place heavy-duty wheel chocks both front and rear of at least one tire per side. For maximum safety, use rubber chocks or X-chocks between dual wheels. Never trust plastic chocks on steep or loose terrain. They slide when you need them most. Make it non-negotiable in your arrival routine. Chocking wheels isn't just about protecting your RV. It's about protecting everything and everyone around it. 30 seconds of prevention can prevent a lifetime of regret and tragedy. Don't gamble with gravity, it always wins. Using Google Maps feels natural, until it routes your 35-foot RV down a narrow residential street or under a 10-foot bridge. Relying on standard GPS for RV travel is a recipe for disaster, because it treats your massive rig like a compact car, ignoring critical factors that could strand, damage, or destroy your investment. Google Maps doesn't know you're driving a house. It can't account for vehicle height, weight limits, bridge clearances, or propane restrictions. Countless RVers have found themselves on narrow dead-end roads, stuck under low bridges, or facing impossible turns in tight residential areas because their GPS assumed they were driving a sedan. Rural routes pose unique dangers. Standard GPS might direct you down rough dirt roads, steep grades your chassis can't handle, or through areas where your size simply doesn't fit. Some routes prohibit propane entirely, like certain tunnels or ferries, leaving you fined, turned around, or completely stranded. RV-specific navigation saves the day. Apps like RV Life, Copilot, or Garmin RV GPS let you input your exact height, weight, length, and propane status. They automatically avoid hazards and route you safely to your destination. At minimum, double-check questionable routes with paper atlases or trucker maps. If something looks sketchy, tight turns, rough terrain, or strange detours, stop and reassess before committing. In an RV, one wrong turn can cost hours, money, or your entire rig. Route smart, travel safely, and don't let standard GPS put you in an impossible situation. Maintaining a clean freshwater tank is one of the most essential aspects of RV care that many owners overlook. Your tank can quickly become a breeding ground for harmful bacteria, mold, and algae when water sits stagnant, especially in warm conditions. Even clear-looking water may contain invisible contaminants that can cause health issues and damage your plumbing system. To properly sanitize your RV water tank, empty the tank completely. Create a solution using 1/4 cup of household bleach per 15 gallons of tank capacity. Fill the tank with this solution. Run water through all faucets until you detect bleach. Let the solution work for at least 12 hours. Drain completely and flush with fresh water until no bleach smell remains. For optimal water quality and system longevity, sanitize your tank quarterly at minimum. Always perform this maintenance before your first trip of the season and after long periods of RV storage. Additional sanitization is recommended after extended travel periods. This simple procedure takes minimal effort but delivers significant benefits. Clean tanks provide safe, odor-free water while preventing premature deterioration of valves, pumps, and lines. The small investment of time prevents potentially expensive repairs and protects your health. Make tank sanitization a non-negotiable part of your RV maintenance schedule. Your future self will thank you when you turn on the tap during your adventures and are greeted with fresh, clean water every time. A water pressure regulator is perhaps the most critical, yet frequently overlooked component of RV plumbing protection. While many owners meticulously maintain other systems, they unwittingly expose their RVs to significant damage by connecting directly to campground water supplies without regulation. Campground water pressure can fluctuate dramatically, from a modest 20 pounds per square inch to a damaging 100+ pounds per square inch. Unlike residential plumbing designed for these variations, RV systems are typically rated for only 40 to 50 psi. Exceeding these limits places tremendous stress on pipes, fittings, and fixtures that weren't built to withstand higher pressures. Even momentary pressure spikes can cause catastrophic damage. The danger lies in its invisibility. Water may flow normally while connections are silently weakening, eventually resulting in burst pipes and extensive water damage to walls, floors, and cabinetry. Protection is simple. Install a quality water pressure regulator at the source. Choose an adjustable brass model with a built-in gauge, allowing you to monitor and set safe pressure levels between 40 to 50 psi. Always attach it directly to the campground spigot before connecting your drinking water hose. For $15 to $50, this small device prevents potentially thousands in repair costs. Regular inspection for corrosion ensures continued protection. This modest investment provides invaluable peace of mind, knowing your RV's entire water system is shielded from unpredictable pressure variations. Don't risk your RV's integrity. A water pressure regulator should be considered mandatory equipment for every hookup, ensuring your adventures remain memorable for the right reasons. Regular maintenance of your RV water filters is an essential task that many owners underestimate. Beyond simply providing clean-tasting water, properly functioning filters protect your health and your RV's entire plumbing system from potential damage. As filters collect sediment, bacteria, and contaminants from various water sources, they gradually lose effectiveness. A clogged filter restricts water flow, placing excessive strain on your water pump and potentially causing premature failure. More concerning is when filters become so saturated they can no longer trap harmful substances, allowing them to circulate throughout your system. Warning signs that your filter needs immediate replacement include noticeably reduced water pressure, unusual tastes or odors, visible discoloration of water, or strange noises from your water pump. These symptoms indicate your filter is no longer performing its critical function. For optimal performance, replace RV water filters every 3 to 6 months, depending on usage and manufacturer recommendations. Always travel with spare filters, especially on extended trips. When replacing, thoroughly clean the filter housing with a mild bleach solution to eliminate any bacterial growth before installing the new filter. Choose filters specifically designed for RV use. Consider carbon filters for drinking water and sediment filters for your main line. This dual approach provides comprehensive protection against varying water quality at different campgrounds. By maintaining clean, properly functioning water filters, you ensure safe drinking water, protect expensive plumbing components, and maintain consistent water pressure for comfortable daily use. This simple maintenance routine prevents costly repairs and keeps your adventures flowing smoothly. Neglecting to drain your RV's freshwater tank before storage is perhaps the most common yet consequential mistake RV owners make. This simple oversight can lead to serious complications that affect both your vehicle's integrity and your health. Stagnant water quickly becomes a perfect breeding environment for bacteria, algae, and mold. Even initially, clean water transforms during storage periods, developing biofilms that cling to tank walls and plumbing. Warning signs of problems include unmistakable foul odors when taps are opened, discolored or cloudy water, unpleasant taste despite filtration, and reduced water pressure from sediment buildup. Once these symptoms appear, you're already facing a contaminated system. Proper draining procedure is straightforward but must be thorough. Turn off the water pump to prevent damage. Locate and open the lowest drain valve completely. Flush the system with clean water after initial draining. Open all faucets, including outdoor shower connections. Inspect for residue and consider a thorough sanitization. Always drain your tank before winter storage, extended parking periods, after camping with questionable water quality, or whenever you detect unusual odors. For best results, use a specialized RV tank cleaner periodically to remove biofilm that simple draining can't eliminate. This small maintenance task prevents costly repairs, ensures clean water for your next adventure, and protects your investment for years to come. Make tank draining an essential part of your pre-storage checklist. Water leaks, no matter how minor they appear, represent one of the most destructive forces threatening your RV's structural integrity and your health. What begins as an occasional drip can rapidly escalate into severe damage that compromises your investment and creates unsafe living conditions. When moisture penetrates hidden spaces within your RV, it creates ideal conditions for mold growth, wood rot, and electrical system damage. Left unaddressed, these issues can transform a simple repair into a major renovation costing thousands of dollars. Even more concerning, mold growth can trigger serious respiratory problems and allergic reactions. The most vulnerable leak points include plumbing connections that loosen during travel, roof seams that deteriorate with UV exposure, window and door seals that crack over time, and fixtures that develop hairline fractures. Early detection is crucial. Watch for water stains, musty odors, soft spots in flooring, and unusual cycling of your water pump when no water is being used. Implement a proactive inspection routine. Examine exposed plumbing connections monthly, test roof seals quarterly, and conduct thorough checks after heavy rainstorms. Consider investing in a moisture meter to detect hidden dampness before visible damage appears. Pay special attention to areas beneath sinks, around shower pans, and near slide-out seals. When you discover a leak, trace it to its source immediately. Water often travels along structures before becoming visible, meaning the actual problem may be located far from where you notice dampness. Make repairs promptly using appropriate RV-specific materials rather than temporary fixes that inevitably fail. After repairing any leak, thoroughly dry affected areas using fans and dehumidifiers to prevent mold establishment. Replace any saturated insulation, as it will never fully dry and becomes a permanent mold habitat. By maintaining vigilance against water intrusion, you protect both your investment and your health. Remember that when it comes to RV leaks, immediate action prevents exponentially greater damage down the road. Properly winterizing your RV's water system is perhaps the most crucial seasonal maintenance task for protecting your investment. Water's natural expansion when freezing can wreak havoc throughout your RV's plumbing network, causing catastrophic and expensive damage that often remains hidden until spring. When water freezes inside pipes, fittings, pumps, and tanks, it expands by approximately 9%, creating tremendous pressure that can crack components throughout your system. A single hard freeze can destroy your water heater, split multiple pipes inside walls, and damage faucets beyond repair. The resulting water damage compounds the problem, potentially leading to mold growth, delamination, and electrical system failures. The comprehensive winterization process requires 3 key phases. First, drain all water from the system. Empty your freshwater tank completely. Drain your water heater after turning it off and allowing it to cool. Open all low-point drains and flush toilets repeatedly. Leave all faucets open to allow complete drainage. Next, use an air compressor with a blowout adapter to remove residual water. Set pressure at 30 to 40 psi maximum and methodically blow out each line until no water emerges from faucets. This critical step removes water hiding in horizontal runs and dips in the plumbing that simple draining cannot reach. Finally, introduce RV-specific antifreeze into the system. Always bypass your water heater first, then use a hand pump or your RV's water pump to distribute antifreeze throughout the system until pink fluid appears at every outlet, including sinks, showers, toilet, washing machine connections, and outdoor shower. Pour additional antifreeze directly into drains to protect P-traps. Never use automotive antifreeze, which is toxic and can permanently contaminate your drinking water system. Only use non-toxic, RV-formulated antifreeze, rated for at least -50 degrees Fahrenheit protection. This investment of time prevents potentially thousands in repair costs and ensures your RV remains ready for adventure when warm weather returns. Setting your RV water heater temperature too high creates both immediate safety hazards and accelerates long-term damage to this essential appliance. While the temptation for hotter showers is understandable, maintaining your water heater at approximately 120 degrees Fahrenheit strikes the optimal balance between comfort, safety, and equipment longevity. Water at temperatures above 130 degrees Fahrenheit can cause third-degree burns in just 30 seconds, while water at 140 degrees Fahrenheit reduces this time to a mere 5 seconds. In the confined space of an RV shower, where temperature fluctuations are common, this presents a serious scalding risk, particularly for children and older adults who have more sensitive skin and slower reaction times. Beyond safety concerns, excessive heat dramatically shortens your water heater's lifespan. High temperatures accelerate mineral precipitation, creating sediment that insulates the heating element, forcing it to work harder and eventually burn out. This sediment buildup also causes the distinctive banging or popping sounds that indicate your heater is struggling. Additionally, higher temperatures increase thermal expansion, putting stress on tank seams, connections, and the pressure relief valve. To properly set your water heater temperature, locate the thermostat dial, typically behind an access panel, and adjust it to 120 degrees Fahrenheit. For accurate measurement, allow the system to reach temperature, then use a cooking thermometer to test water from the faucet farthest from the heater. If the water exceeds 120 degrees Fahrenheit, lower the setting incrementally. Implement these preventive measures. Flush your tank twice yearly to remove sediment. Test the pressure relief valve quarterly by lifting and releasing the test lever. Water should flow then stop, and inspect connections for signs of leaking or corrosion. By maintaining appropriate water temperature, you'll extend your heater's service life, reduce energy consumption, and most importantly, protect yourself and your passengers from painful scalding injuries that can instantly derail your travel plans. Using non-potable water in your RV's freshwater system creates significant health risks that can quickly transform your vacation into a medical emergency. This common mistake can contaminate your entire water system with harmful pathogens, chemicals, and sediments that are difficult and time-consuming to remove completely. Non-potable water sources may harbor dangerous bacteria like E. coli, Giardia, and Cryptosporidium that cause severe gastrointestinal illness. These water sources might also contain agricultural runoff with pesticides, industrial chemicals, or heavy metals that pose both immediate and long-term health concerns. Even if you're only using contaminated water for showering, these contaminants can be absorbed through the skin or inhaled as steam. Identifying safe water sources requires vigilance. Always look for clear, potable water labels and be suspicious of any spigot near dump stations or maintenance areas. Water connections with unusual fittings or non-standard handles often indicate non-drinking water. If a water source lacks explicit labeling, consider it unsafe until confirmed otherwise by park staff. If you've accidentally filled with questionable water, act immediately. Isolate the contaminated system by not using any water. Drain the tank completely and perform a thorough sanitization. Mix 1/4 cup of household bleach per 15 gallons of tank capacity with clean water. Fill the system, run water through all faucets until you smell bleach, and let it sit for at least 12 hours. Then drain, rinse repeatedly with clean water, and replace all filters. Prevention is far easier than remediation. Use only designated drinking water hoses, typically white or blue, clearly labeled and never used for any other purpose. Consider installing a quality inline water filter with sediment and bacteria removal capabilities at your connection point. In unfamiliar locations, fill from verified municipal sources before arriving at your destination. The consequences of contamination extend beyond illness. Thoroughly cleaning a contaminated system can be extremely difficult, potentially requiring professional service and extended downtime during your planned vacation. Remember, when it comes to your RV's water supply, caution is always warranted. No convenience is worth risking your health. Using a standard garden hose to fill your RV's freshwater tank is a dangerous mistake that can compromise your health. These common green hoses are made from materials never intended for drinking water and can introduce harmful chemicals directly into your water supply. Regular garden hoses contain PVC that leaches toxic substances like lead, phthalates, and BPA into water passing through them. These chemicals are linked to hormone disruption and various health problems. The distinctive rubbery taste in water from these hoses isn't just unpleasant. It's a warning sign of contamination. The risks extend beyond chemicals. Garden hoses have non-food grade linings where bacteria, mold, and algae thrive, especially in stagnant water. Many are treated with fungicides and UV stabilizers that make water unsafe for consumption. Drinking contaminated water can cause immediate issues like stomach cramps and nausea, while long-term exposure to these chemicals may lead to more serious health concerns, particularly for children and pregnant women. The solution is simple. Invest in a proper food-grade drinking water hose. These are typically white or blue and clearly labeled as drinking water safe. Look for NSF or FDA certifications that verify the hose meets safety standards. If you've been using a garden hose, switch immediately and sanitize your entire water system with a bleach solution, then thoroughly flush it. A quality drinking water hose costs between $15 to $40, a small investment compared to potential medical bills and ruined vacations. This simple upgrade is essential for protecting your family's health during RV adventures. One of the most frequently overlooked yet crucial maintenance tasks for RV owners is draining the low-point drains. These small valves are located at the lowest points of your RV's plumbing system, where water naturally collects even after emptying your main tanks. When these drains are neglected, stagnant water accumulates and creates multiple problems. Bacteria thrive in these warm, dark environments, potentially contaminating your entire water system. During winter months, any trapped water can freeze and expand, causing pipes to crack or burst, resulting in expensive and complicated repairs. Additionally, this lingering moisture creates ideal conditions for mold growth, generating unpleasant odors and potential health hazards. To locate your low-point drains, check underneath your RV for small plastic or brass valves, often color-coded red, hot, and blue, cold. They're typically positioned near the freshwater tank or water heater. Properly draining these points is straightforward. Turn off your water pump, Open all faucets to relieve pressure, then open the low-point drain valves and allow all water to flow out completely. Once drained, securely close the valves to prevent debris from entering. This maintenance should be performed before winterizing, after each trip, before long-term storage, and whenever you notice foul odors from your faucets. Warning signs of neglected drains include unpleasant smells, reduced water flow, unusual gurgling sounds, and discolored water. Taking just a few minutes to drain these low points regularly protects your RV's plumbing system from damage, prevents contamination, and ensures clean, fresh water on your travels, saving you from costly repairs and health concerns down the road. Forgetting to prime your RV water pump is one of the most common yet problematic oversights for RV owners. This simple step, removing air from the pump and water lines, is critical for ensuring proper water flow and protecting your equipment from premature failure. When air becomes trapped in your water system, it prevents the pump from building necessary pressure. This creates several immediate problems. The pump may run continuously without moving water, sputtering faucets deliver inconsistent flow, and in worst cases, the pump works over time and eventually burns out. The resulting repairs are both expensive and inconvenient, especially when you're miles from service centers. Priming becomes necessary after winterization, water tank maintenance, running the tank dry, pump replacement, or following extended storage periods when air naturally infiltrates the system. The priming process is straightforward. Ensure your freshwater tank contains adequate water, at least half full. Turn off the pump power, open the cold water faucet closest to the pump, then restore power. As the pump runs, you'll hear gurgling as air escapes the system. Once water flows steadily without sputtering, close the faucet and check for leaks. For thorough priming, repeat with all faucets. If you experience problems like no water flow despite the pump running, check for clogged filters or closed valves. Sputtering indicates remaining trapped air, while a continuously running pump often signals a leak somewhere in the system. Regular maintenance includes keeping adequate water in your tank, inspecting for leaks that might introduce air, and using bypass valves when appropriate during system maintenance. This simple 5-minute procedure prevents costly repairs, ensures consistent water pressure, extends pump life, and provides reliable water access, especially crucial when camping off-grid where repairs aren't readily available. Most RV disasters don't happen by accident. They happen because of ignorance. But not you. Now you know better. If you've ever made one of these mistakes, or stopped one just in time, drop it in the comments and help someone else out. And if you want to stay one step ahead, our next video covers even more mistakes that could cost you thousands. See you there.